Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this. 24,500,000 RLUSD minted at RLUSD Treasury. You know, RLUSD is continuing to gain momentum as well. But one thing I really want to point out is the fee for this. 0.000135 XRP, less than a fraction of 1 XRP, to mint 24,500,000 RLUSD. And we're going to see RLUSD climb up the stablecoin rankings. Eventually, it's going to hit the top 5. And then it's going to go and become the #1 stablecoin. It's just a matter of time. Because of Ripple's transparency, you know there's strength behind RLUSD. It's not something that's going to crash out at some point in the future. Federal Reserve Governor demands stablecoins should not pay yields to customers because rewards belong to the banks. Take a listen to this.
You should be able to pay some kind of reward or yield on the actual T-bills and money market funds that you're holding. You should be able to pass some of that on to customers.
It's not an investment vehicle. It's not a time deposit where you're holding it to earn interest, right? You're not holding currency for its yield. If Congress wanted to let you pay interest, they should have just said, let you pay interest. So trying to backdoor it is a little funny. It's not supposed to bear interest. At that point, it's not up to me to decide whether that's up to Congress. That's why I don't want to think about paying interest on these payment accounts. It's not supposed to be an account for somebody to hold stablecoins and earn interest. You're not holding it to earn interest. So it's a claim on the banks. You can disintermediate a bank, but you can't disintermediate the banking system. You don't have any claim to demand treasuries. You don't get to go to the bank and say, I want some treasuries. They'll say, no, you get $1. Here's what you get. Those are.
The bank used to pay 4 to 5% interest on your money in the bank. Now the bank pays less than 1%. It's a fraction of 1%. Why can't we earn off of stable coins? I think this is why you're going to see more and more people push away from the banks over time. People want an alternative to the banks, and banks are scared. Suck it up, buttercups. Crypto is here. Take a listen to this.
A detriment to that would be allowing the likes of Coinbase or Kraken to pay interest on payment stablecoins. How do you feel, Jess? I mean, there's lots of good momentum here.
You know what it is? They know that once you could get interest on a stablecoin, everybody would just move their money away from the banks. And they want to keep that power going. They want to keep those fees coming into the banks. The banks want to continue to stay rich and keep you poor. That's what it comes down to. You're never going to get rich by having a checking or savings account. And it happens. U.S. Bank launches digital assets and money movement organization. Some banks are embracing crypto, like U.S. Bank. They created a new digital assets and money movement organization to accelerate development of and grow revenue from emerging digital products and services such as stablecoin issuance, cryptocurrency custody, asset tokenization, and digital money movement. Some banks know that if they're the first movers on this, they're going to get the upper hand on all the competition. Any bank that continues to lag behind, not embracing crypto, eventually they will be left behind completely. NASDAQ, we are seeing institutional interest expand beyond Bitcoin to tokens like XRP. Take a listen to this.
I also think it's encouraging, Nick, that we're seeing it broaden out beyond Bitcoin and we're starting to understand the fundamentals and other applications when you think about the institutional use cases for the digital asset space.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that the early kind of mover in this was Bitcoin particularly. But the way that I really like to see this is we're building a new financial wallet system. So if you picture tomorrow's wallet, we've got Bitcoin. So they're the digital gold. They sit inside and act as this finite supply, borderless transactions, and really self-custodied with a password, not a vault. Whether you're hedging inflation or sort of dodging local currency turmoil, very censorship resistant store of value. And then you've got Ethereum. So that's the app platform. So Ethereum's the wallet's app store, smart contracts so that you trade, borrow, or earn yield without a bank. And owning ETH is really just like holding gas in a global financial operating system, one that's open source and runs 24/7. Then you've got XRP. So they're the cross-border bridge. And XRP works really behind the scenes as that instant FX bridge. So banks convert dollars to XRP, beam it abroad in 3 seconds, and cash it out in local currency, potentially cutting remittance fees from 7% to under 1%. And then you've got Solana, the high-speed rail. So Solana provides the commuter rail, really hundreds of transactions per second with very tiny fees. So your subway tap, in-game purchase, or loyalty point redemption could all ride on the Solana rails without you even noticing. Then we've got stablecoins. Stablecoins such as USDC act as tokenized dollars, really clearing anytime, anywhere, and fully backed by short-term treasuries. And they really marry crypto speed with the safety of US debt, turning your phone into sort of this real-time dollar account that you can spend worldwide. So this is really a suite of products that have very specific functions that are reimagining the entire financial stack, and it's really opening back up.
The problem is every time something new comes out around crypto, they always gave Bitcoin first mover advantage. It's not that it's special in any way. It's just like, well, right now there's no options and we're going to give you this option first, Bitcoin. Then they like to throw Ethereum in there as the second option. Then they start to open it up to other cryptocurrencies. And that's what happened with the ETFs. But I think XRP is going to steal a lot of the money away from those Bitcoin and ETH ETFs. I think Solana will do well, but the problem with Solana is the network seems to go down a lot. And Ripple and XRP was the chosen one. You don't hear the IMF, the BIS, or any of these other central banks around the world talking about Solana. No, they always talk about XRP, Ripple, XLM, Stellar. They already are looking down the road. They're looking at XDC for digital trade. They're not looking at Solana in any way. Who's pushing the narrative around Solana and Ethereum and Bitcoin is still our mainstream media news because they're marketing teams for these cryptocurrencies. And then financial advisors finally have to give in to crypto or get left behind. Fidelity says digital assets are becoming central in advisor-client conversations. If you're a financial advisor and you're not talking to your clients about crypto and you're trying to push them away from crypto, eventually they're going to get invested into crypto anyway because they see it everywhere. Every time crypto takes off, I think every person should ask their financial advisor, why didn't you get me in on this? Why did you put me in that wheat stock over there on the stock market or soybeans or whatever else they like to push you into? Safe bets in the stock market where you get a 5% return maybe once a year, if you're lucky. You get into crypto and all of a sudden you're pulling a 30, 40, 50x in a matter of weeks. Who out there doesn't want to have that happen? Who out there doesn't want those type of gains? That's what brought you to crypto. And they always say, well, it's very volatile. You don't want to park your money in crypto. But that volatility is what's going to make you rich. The fact that a cryptocurrency could go from under $1 all the way up to $30, $40 in a very short period of time. Even with XRP, I still think we're going to see $50 plus. That's being conservative. That's with ETF inflows. Then you start to package that together with ISO bringing some value and clarity in the United States. And all of a sudden, we're looking at a 3-digit XRP. But that's why these financial advisors, they're going to get left behind as well. Either they're going to embrace crypto or they'll get left behind. Their customers will just go to someone else who does offer crypto options. The CoinDesk 20 index tracks the 20 most liquid and tradable digital assets, representing roughly 80% of total trading volume. XRP currently represents 17.7% of the fund, making it the largest representation of all altcoins. It will soon be tradable on the New York Stock Exchange. And you see it right here. And they're also opening up that ETF. You see it. ProShares has officially filed for the ProShares CoinDesk Crypto 20 ETF to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm telling you right now, any institutional investor out there is going to look past Bitcoin and ETH when there's other options out there. Wait and see. DRW Trading founder and CEO and BlackRock COO Rob Goldstein share their insights on the future of tokenization over the next 5 years. Take a listen.
5 years from now, that every instrument that is traded frequently will be traded on-chain.
I think it's quite clear that if there are $4.5 trillion in digital wallets today, that number is going up, not down, and that wealth accumulation is going to have the ability to create the whole portfolio in that digital wallet.
When they're saying 5 years out, you know it's happening sooner. That puts us back at that 2030 timeline. I think everything is going to really start to happen once regulations are in place. We are going to see a wave of tokenization. It's going to be absolutely astonishing to watch how quick assets continue to pour in to these networks. And remember, the XRP ledger is built for this. Crypto bill deliberation reaches fever pitch between industry execs and U.S. lawmakers. So there was some drama yesterday with this meeting between Senate Democrats and crypto industry leaders. It was a roundtable that they had around digital assets. But one thing that they point out is they are committed to getting a bill done. Are they going to get it done by the end of this year? I see a lot of people saying that they're very optimistic that that's going to happen in Washington. Other people are saying they're going to prolong it and it's not going to happen until after the midterms. We really don't know. I'm tired of these politicians doing nothing. Every day you see them with all these talking points on the mainstream media news. We're going to get this bill done by Thanksgiving. Well, maybe it's going to be by Christmas. All of a sudden, they're going to say by the end of January 2026, and they're going to kick the can down the road. But the sooner they get this bill done, the better it is for us as XRP investors. And you know, even if they don't get it done right away, this is just another catalyst that's going to happen later. But they have to get something done because the rest of the world is not slowing down. And the National Cryptocurrency Association put out these two articles. The first one, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Guaranteed profits. Send one to get two back. This is an easy 10x. You see that all the time. When it sounds too good to be true, guess what it is? Too good to be true. This crypto month, remember, stop rushing. Real financial opportunities take time. Spot red flags, check for typos, and never click random links. Secure your assets, enable 2FA, and verify your sources. They're all about telling you you will get scammed out of your crypto if you fall for something that sounds too good to be true. Nobody's airdropping you XRP. They're not going to double your bag. Make sure you keep your crypto safe. I really want to get rich with all of you. I can't get rich with you if you lose your crypto. And the second article is this one. When it comes to crypto and cybersecurity, many conversations are driven by myths, not facts. At NCA, we are working to share simple steps that keep everyone safe online. Share stories of real people using digital assets every day. Replace confusion with clarity. Because the more we talk about crypto, the more inclusive and understanding the space becomes. And you know, education around crypto is very important because when you talk to somebody about getting into crypto, right away they have multitude of excuses. They always look at it as magical internet money. I can't believe that narrative is still going on in 2025. Crypto has no value. It's not real. You can't spend it like US dollars. But you know, we are on the verge of people using crypto every single day and not even knowing that it's happening. They're sliding their credit card, their debit card, and yet in the background, you have blockchain in there, and you have technology, and you have crypto, making that transaction happen in real time. We're on the verge of that. Once we get institutional adoption, the next step is mass adoption. And I think we're very close to that happening. We're still waiting on those regulations, though, coming out of Washington. Because a lot of these institutions, they're not going to get involved in this space until they have regulations first. Everybody that you see jumping in now, these are people like the banks that are getting involved with crypto and the institutions. Those are people that want to get first mover advantage, but a lot will stay sidelined until regulations come first. But the sooner they get that crypto bill done, the sooner it all happens. And even if it doesn't happen right away, it's eventually going to happen anyway. It's going to be another catalyst for XRP. And until it does happen, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.